Over the past year, I have learned multiple lessons from students and staff about UPVHS and the PICO Union community. I wanted to explore the intricacies of our school and, as much as being an outsider allows me, of the PICO Union community. Here is our principal.
Community is predominantly Latino students with a sprinkle of African American and Korean students. And one thing that I've learned is that they need to understand that I love them. And I think once I get that, then the trust happens. And once trust happens, learning happens.
UPVHS and its dedication to students is inspiring. Everyone is willing to work together to help and encourage our students to grow and to learn. As a teacher, this dedication includes celebrating the good while also acknowledging the difficult areas in order to improve them. For example, one of our students reflects on UP and he notes both the positive and the not so positive
diversities in the community, and it's very nice. It's a very nice community to live in. Unfortunately, there's so many drug addicts in the streets, and it's kind of dangerous at night. You can't walk alone. And that's the one thing I want to change, the community to be more cleaner, a little bit cheap because it's very expensive to live here, and also that the people can get out of the streets and have their own houses or apartments.
As mentioned, PICO Union is rich in its ability to make you feel at home and in its cultural background. With that being said, there are many issues our students are facing. One of these issues, such as socioeconomic struggles, are external. There are, however, also internal issues that students have witnessed in our school that need to be addressed. After an incident last year where a freshman student got a hold of the intercom and used it to say a slur against the African American community, UP was forced to acknowledge that not all students were being treated equally, and that anti-racism and specifically anti-Blackness in the Latino community needed to be addressed. School that is over 90% Latin and or Hispanic, how are our smaller groups and those minority within minority groups having to deal with racism and hate speech? To further explore this, I asked Nathan, a 12th grade Korean student, to tell me a little bit about his experience in a majority Latin and Hispanic school. Nathan shared that he does feel that there are some stereotypes that Asians are smarter. In certain situations, he has even had random students come up to him and ask him for homework and or test answers. He even shared that, though it didn't happen to him, a younger Korean student was ultimately bullied out of UP and forced to transfer.
Hispanics like to say the N-word, especially like to the black students, or like just over the speakers or something, or behind their backs, and even when they get called out for it, they show like a higher level of disrespect towards them.
In order to address this, I wanted to bring in Pedro Noguera's question: how do we hold everyone accountable? How can we use relationships to help address these issues?
I think a school without hate speech and bullying can exist, but it would have to be like a school effort. Everyone would have to put like de su parte so that it won't exist.
But also, the teachers have to teach the students at a young age what bullying really is, or the definition.
Students also seem to be aware that this is a critical issue in which everybody needs to be a part of the solution. Finally, Ms. Navarro, Dean at UPVHS, shared her thoughts on the incidents of hate speech and bullying that have occurred over the past year. Ms. Navarro explains that she noticed incidents with hate speech increase over the last 2 years. Ms. Navarro does mention that in these situations, there was some pressure from other students, staff members, or teachers to directly penalize the students in a form of expulsion or suspension that was longer than 3 days. According to Ms. Navarro, this does not help to educate students or to teach them life skills. After listening to many of the voices at UPVHS, my question remains: how did we get here? Why do multiple of our younger students feel comfortable blatantly disrespecting other groups of people? I still do not know the answer. I am taking a page out of Pedro Noguera's book and choosing to repurpose my questions. So, how can we help students feel safe, supported, and encouraged? How can we prevent our minority students from perpetrating and implementing the same classist and racist judgments that are used against them? One thing I have learned from coaching and collaborative activities is that when students have one goal in mind and view each other as teammates, there is no space for demeaning one another. Could use academic rigor, self-belief, or encouragement combined with a fun and interactive classroom to refocus students and hopefully reduce hate speech and bullying in and out of the classroom.
Bye.